My name is Adrian Nantchev, and this channel is all about helping you become a remarkable entrepreneur. So click on the subscribe button below and press the bell notification right next to it for the latest uploads. Now, why is it that success for an entrepreneur is so hard? It's because, you see, it takes 20 years for an overnight success. You are paid in proportion to the service that you provide. You are paid in proportion to the difficulty of the challenges that you overcome and the problems you solve for people. And if it was easy, everyone would be doing it. If it was easy, it wouldn't be great. If everyone could do it, if everyone could do what I'm doing, what you're doing, what other people have done, then everyone would be doing it. And then it wouldn't be so great, it wouldn't be so successful. It would be common, like, yeah, whatever, another one. It takes 20 years for an overnight success. Meaning that it takes a long time for energy to accumulate. That energy, that performance, that awareness, that attention has got to grow, and either grow as grassroots by your own efforts, or the media and the press help you. You do something magnificent, and the media and the press help you, and everyone. Then suddenly everyone knows about you. But it takes time to build a business. Unfortunately, it takes time to build an audience. Unfortunately, it all takes time. There's like three things that I've learned: is commitment, consistency, and cooperation. Consistency, what's called staying power, sticking to your goals, sticking to your priorities, and then success eventually comes being persistent and consistent in what you're doing, strategies and plans, and keeping at it and going and going and going. That takes time. And that takes time, it could take some people years and years, could take people months and months, but it takes time one way or another. And the difficulty of the challenge, so if you're doing something basic, you're cleaning floors for example, you're not going to get rewarded too much for that. But if you're helping 1 million entrepreneurs become remarkable, then you're going to get rewarded much more for that. If you're sharing knowledge, sharing value, teaching, you're going to get rewarded for that. But if you're doing basic stuff for a basic reward, not basic problems you're solving, anyone, very interchangeable, anyone could solve that, then you're not going to be rewarded very much. So the bigger the problems you solve, the more you're going to get rewarded, and that's worth understanding, because small problems, not much reward, but big problems, great rewards. So it's hard because big problems there are big problems that require a lot of thought, a lot of attention, a lot of energy, a lot of persistence as well. And if everyone was doing it, it wouldn't be worthwhile. That's the thing also. If everyone is, say, driving a car, for example, then have a helicopter or flying a plane, that's hard, and not everyone's doing it. So it's almost like it's going against the grain, that kind of persistence as well, to go against the grain. Because when you do things everyone is not doing, or people that not many people are doing, then you're going to get more resistance as well. People are going to complain or whinge or whine and say, don't do this, don't do that. And it's like, well, you got to stick to it. And the harder things are, the more worthwhile it is. Again, if it was difficult, if it wasn't difficult, everyone would be doing it. But because it is difficult, only you're doing it. And because only you're doing it, then you're the one that stands out. You're the one that's getting all the praise, the attention, because you're the only one that's done it. No one else has done it. So it's like, Plus also there's a thing called the 10 dark years. Most famous people, rich, whatever, went through it, where in their 20s, for example, or in their teenage years, they just worked. They created and crafted and built and optimized and did everything so as to have a better future and a better tomorrow for themselves. Bill Gates is a damn good example of this, where in his 20s he just worked on DOS. He just worked on the basic actually, he worked on basic script for the first operating system when he worked with Steve Jobs. He worked. He went into New Mexico as well and worked there as well, for fuck's sake. So he went at it in his 20s, and Gary Vaynerchuk talked about how he didn't have much time off in his 20s. And I'm recording this on a Monday, and I've essentially just worked through my weekend, which is good or bad, recording 8 videos and doing a few other things. I think I had 1 or 2 podcasts to record, sorting things out here and there. I had a ton of stuff to upload onto Instagram because it was just clogging up. So yeah, just working through it, and you know, you got to be persistent. And there's a lot of people. You say I'm 23, so there's a lot of people my age who would go out on Friday nights and Saturday nights. Nothing wrong with that. Great, nothing wrong with it inherently, but it's the opportunity cost. You know, if you want to get ahead and yet you're doing stuff like that every Friday, every Saturday, then you know you're not going to get ahead as fast as I am. You know, it's like you're going to go here and I'll be here, for example. And someone no doubt is already like that, and they're probably younger than us, and they're younger than us. But if you're letting yourself be distracted by things, then success will be hard. Like, it's August now, and my girlfriend, I haven't seen her since June. She lives in London, and it's like, well, am I single? Am I not single? I'm not really so sure. If I am, then it's like, let's find someone else. But I know that if I find somebody else, there'll be a distraction. There'll be a big distraction when I need to focus the most critical time, and it's like, let's hold off. New Year's, January 2018 or December 2017, something like that. Just hold off and wait, be patient, and then find someone, because otherwise it'll be a distraction when you need it most. So my question of the day to you is: what challenges are you facing in your venture? What challenges are you facing? For me right now, I'm just trying to get like enough bulk to give me free time to help. I want to not work for a day at least. I'm always doing something, which is good and bad. I've got some podcasts tomorrow. So the challenge that I'm facing really is that I'm doing stuff all the time, which is good and bad. I need to change image, need to message more people, get some more podcasts, and it's like, there's just always more stuff to do, and it's like there's not much reward for it. And it's just like, damn it, it's like, fuck's sake. It's like, it's frustration, not quite a frustration, but it's like doing the same thing again, getting marginal differences each time, and it's like, well, sometimes it's like 1 step forward, 2 steps back, and sometimes it's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, and it's like, I don't know, it's like, the way I see it, the challenge I'm facing, it's like, imagine a chicken getting out of an egg for the first time. I'm trying to break the shell. Once I've broken the shell, then we're a fledgling and all the rest. Then we start to see some jagged growth. But now it's like bollocking around. So yeah, what challenges are you facing right now? I'm very curious. Comment below. But also remember and understand that this channel is all about helping you become a remarkable entrepreneur. So click on the subscribe button below and press the bell notification right next to it, and go out there today and do something remarkable. How cool is that?